Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated a state-of-the-art mother and child hospital in capital Thimphu on day 2 of his 2-day state visit to Bhutan. The construction of the Gyaltsuen Pema Wangchuck Mother and Child Hospital is completely funded by the Indian government. Post the inauguration, Prime Minister Modi will depart for New Delhi. Now, the 2-day visit of the Indian Prime Minister focused on high-level exchanges between New Delhi and Thimphu as part of India's neighbourhood first policy. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi also held talks with the Bhutanese Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay. Both the Prime Ministers also exchanged signed MOUs on energy conservation and food safety standards. Yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was conferred with Bhutan's highest civilian honour. The Order of the Druk Gyalpo was conferred to the Indian Prime Minister in the year 2021 for India's provision of 500,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to Bhutan. All right, for more on this, we are being joined by our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal from New Delhi. Siddhant, talk to us about the strategic importance of this visit for both the nations.
Well, Shivan, this is a very significant visit. The visit is almost over now. Yesterday, we saw the Indian Prime Minister, as you pointed out, being honoured with the highest civilian award of Bhutan. This is the first time that any head of government has been honoured. But if you look at the address of the Indian Prime Minister yesterday after that ceremony, he made specific points. One big announcement was rupees 10,000 crore rupees of Indian support to Bhutan for its 5-year plan that begins this year. Other than that, the Indian Prime Minister reaffirmed his commitment when it comes to connectivity with Bhutan, in terms of the rail connectivity, in terms of the waterways, and in terms of the air connectivity. Now, if you look at the rail connectivity, this is for the first time that India and Bhutan are working on 2 railway connectivity. The announcement came last year, and there have been reaffirmation by both sides, including by the Prime Minister during this visit. The second, of course, the focus on capacity building for the Bhutanese youth, and in that includes science cooperation and space cooperation. A lot of engagements happening, coming at a time when there has been increased worry over China. Remember, the China challenge in the region remains, and Bhutan and China have been in talks for the border talks. These talks basically on the border area to demarcate it as well, essentially. But all in all, when it comes to this specific development, this is, of course, an ongoing development. In fact, yesterday, when the Indian Foreign Secretary was addressing the media in Thimphu, this specific question was asked, to which he said that this is a question between these two countries. But essentially, the China challenge is a big worry in the region, in New Delhi as well, and how it plays out is something that is being closely watched. But this visit was to reaffirm the India-Bhutan relationship amidst the China challenge, and how both countries are working to increase engagement, whether it's connectivity, whether it's people-to-people relationship. In fact, the Indian Prime Minister many times extended his support for the Gyaltsuen city. The city, of course, is seen as the legacy project of the current king of Bhutan.
Definitely a trip which is going to reaffirm the two nations coming together, and we all know China is going to be watching this very closely. We are going to be tracking those developments closely as well. Thank you so much for joining in. That was our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal joining us from New Delhi with the latest.